Hey guys, this is Daniel, and this is day 24 of my 30-day video challenge. So we're almost there. Only, I guess, five. Well, I can't count. Five, six videos left. Okay, I can do this. I teach math. I know how to subtract. Okay, it's been a long day. The topic that I'm going to talk about today, it's pretty short. It's actually just like a technique that I use, a writing prompt, if you will. And what this is for is because everyone has bad moods. Everyone feels down in the dumps sometimes. And just because of the way the brain works, you know, if you follow Jungian psychology, Jung believed that people had, I don't want to discount the severity of this disease, but he kind of thought that most people or all people were constituted of something like multiple subpersonalities. And that depending on your mood, depending on the time of the day, depending on how hungry you are, different parts of your personality were actually active in consciousness and trying to, you know, pull the levers and control things. So sometimes when we're feeling really down ourselves, if we're feeling depressed or sad or, you know, like we failed at something, the part of our personality that comes up doesn't have the best perspective on who we are as a person. And so we can tend to forget all the things that we've done and lose some of our self-esteem. So this trick is really easy. I've heard David Goggins talk about it. He calls it the cookie jar. But actually my friend Indwar recommended this to me years ago when we had just started like talking about Eckhart Tolle and the power of now and you know, just kind of like ground level personal development stuff. It was kind of where that conversation started. But basically what you want to do, okay, so the David Goggins version, he calls it the cookie jar. And the cookie jar is like a mental cookie jar. And what you do is, you could do this now. You could kind of do a meditation, or you could write this down. You can make a list. But you just make a list of some really awesome things that you've accomplished. Like the things that you're most proud of. And the idea is then, when you're feeling down on yourself, when you're feeling like you can't finish, or you want to give up, or that you know, that you're a shitty person, whatever it is, you reach into the cookie jar and you remember, like, yeah, you're a badass and you can do this. So this can be really useful. And I tried to do this the other day. I just wrote down like some stuff that I was proud of that I had accomplished in the last year. Like, now I taught a meditation class every Monday for a year. Let's see, some of it is slipping my mind right now. But like the past 4 years, I've done at least 30 minutes of meditation, averaging like an hour every single day for about 4 years. Maybe not every day, but 99.5%, 364 out of 365 days for 4 years in a row. I've had a meditation practice, and before that it was pretty rocky, so to me that was like, yeah, okay, I do have some discipline, I do have some follow through, I do have some motivation. It's like, it's really good to review those lists. And then the way that my friend Indwar originally told me about this, which is, I don't do this every day, but I try and do it as often as I can, and I was doing it every day for a long time because I guess I did have self-esteem issues, or like I said, like that part of my brain was always doubtful, always questioning, always sending up that signal that you're not good enough, that that you're not quite good enough. So one way to combat this, I actually knew it was a fallacy, but I also I have a weird memory. It's not a problem, but I have a problem. I have trouble remembering what I've done during the day. It's like I do so many things during the day that I'll race through a bunch of things, and then it's funny, like people will ask me later, like, hey, what did you do today? And I can never answer the question, even though I'm like, well, I did a bunch, I worked a lot, like what did I accomplish? But it's weird. I think my head is just in the clouds. I'm always thinking like in abstract, lofty ideas and stuff, and so I can't remember, like, yeah, I cleaned the apartment and you know painted the walls and like all these very practical things. I can't seem to remember them. But this actually leads into I forget what I do, and then I feel bad. I get to the end of the day and I'm like, wow, I'm kind of a piece of shit. Like I didn't do anything today. And then I'm like, wait, actually I did. I was busy a lot today. Like I worked for 4 hours and I cleaned this and I did that and I, worked on my car and like all this stuff. So what I started doing for a while was writing down at the end of each day like what I accomplished in my journal, in my notebook, in my daily notes. And then whenever I would like get into that mood of like I'm a shitty person because I don't do anything, I would just review the notes. It's kind of like the cookie jar, because I would review the notes and be like, oh yeah, okay, I'm actually getting a lot done. I didn't work a 10-hour shift today, but I got a lot of the personal things done that I needed to do. I did some exercise, whatever it happened to be. So yeah, make yourself a cookie jar. Make yourself a list of things you've accomplished. And this can be really helpful. This can be helpful towards your productivity, in your self-esteem, like the esteem in which you hold yourself. That's what self-esteem is, right? The way that you perceive your image of yourself, your thoughts about yourself. So if you think you're lazy but you're not actually, and you just kind of like get stuck in that pattern, maybe writing down what you did, or having some kind of record, taking a time log, things along these lines can be really helpful, because then you can look back and recognize what you've done, and you're not as bad as you thought. So I am going to stop the video here. I don't, my family's in town and I haven't been just like sitting around thinking all the time, so I don't have like mind-blowing, profound thoughts or this huge lengthy thing to say. But I did want to offer this practical tip because this is something that's helped me a lot, and I think it would help you. It's very simple. You can track what you're doing and start to get a boost to your morale. So you can stop hating yourself and start loving yourself. And it is funny because once you kind of how would I say that? It's actually really difficult to do productive things when you think you're a shitty person. That's, we could say it that way, right? It's so hard to get motivated out of negative emotions, out of punishment, out of like fear, anxiety. Those things can certainly compel us to take, minimal action, but when it comes to like creative projects and like big work projects, it would be better if you started them knowing that you could probably accomplish it. It's going to make hard things a lot easier. So yeah, this can be really kind of like a productivity hack. If you start your day on the right foot, if you start your day believing that you are capable of accomplishing good things, doing productive work, it's going to be easier to do that work. So this sounds like common sense, but it's not. Okay, so I am going to end the video here. I'm going to keep it short, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for day 25. I hope you enjoyed the video, and well, tomorrow's Thanksgiving, so if you're in the US, happy Thanksgiving. Okay, bye.